Ashes of Creation has just solved a huge problem and I'm so excited to see it. It may not have seemed like the sexiest topic, but the stream that they've just done on commissions was very interesting. So let's talk about it. So as I said, this stream is about commissions. Now, commissions aren't that sexy on the face of it. They are literally at a town posting. You walk over to it, you open it up and you get some quests. And actually what happened in the video is that there was an immediate bug, which is a nice reminder that this is of course alpha, everything is subject to change, everything is being worked on. Don't stress about any sort of major issue, but of course you can give constructive feedback. Now when I first saw the commission board, I was a little bit sort of shocked. They're quite similar to New World town boards, at least in concept at the initial sort of bare minimum level. However, very quickly you realize that they are way deeper than that. So at the commission board, as I said, it's basically a list of quests. These quests are going to refresh every 30 minutes. And the quests that are provided, the commissions that are provided and offered to you, these are going to change based on the dynamic situation of the world, the relevant node, the type of the node, the religion of the node, and so much more. So what happens is Stephen picks up a couple of quests. He picks up one about this Minotaur and he has to go and kill Minotaurs. And as he's heading off, he finds a pop-up of a side quest. Now this side quest is about Minotaurs again, because that's where he was sent. And basically that's one of the key fundamental things that changes this system. It's not as simple as just do this quest and get the reward, which of course, really, if you look at it in the most simple terms, it is that. The key thing is that it's actually a driver for more content. And the problem that it solved is one that I sort of alluded to in my previous video, where I was talking about the node system and how as a single player or a solo player, it's going to be hard to interact with that. And whilst obviously the node system is incredible, or it is looking to be incredible, if most people aren't really engaging on any meaningful level, then the system itself will feel a little bit underwhelming. And the commission board is effectively the basic level in which everybody will interact with the node system. And as you're leveling through the game, you're going to get side quests if you do it, and then those side quests will lead to events. If you do enough quests, enough commissions, the node will change, bigger stories on the server will unlock. It is really a truly exciting system. So what happens in the stream is that he's told to provoke the Minotaurs, which means you've got to kill, I think in this case, 10 of them. Now what's interesting here is that this will typically be a group activity. So all of the commissions are actually going to be the same for all of the players who go and access them. That means they will all be sent to the same area, and if that ends up triggering an event because there's a lot of people there, then that's good because that enables more content. So I think in the video they actually turned the numbers down just so Stephen himself could do it, but in theory there'll be, you know, chance happenings with other players all coming to do this quest, and then that will maybe unlock more. Once he kills enough, there's then an activity, and this creates a storm calling Minotaur. Now this Minotaur actually creates the storm because, you know, that's the type of Minotaur he is, and then the weather changes. It begins to rain, the wind begins to blow, and what's even more interesting is that weather effect change can then unlock even more different stories. So the main thing that it's really done here is turning something simple like a commissioned town board, if you will, and expanding upon content with then even more content, and it all has this nice progressive dynamic loop. What's interesting about the weather change here, they actually show off some lightning, and the lightning can actually hurt. It can actually hurt the players and it can hurt the NPCs. Other weather will have other effects. I'm not sure what examples, but maybe the wind will blow in the desert. I don't know. They also reconfirmed that the weather will have an impact on some damage abilities. So for example, if it's raining, lightning will do more damage. Now here, when they showed this bit off, the NPCs can be hit and the players can be hit. I found it a little bit weird that the enemies were sort of like being killed by these or hit by these. I didn't really like that. But mostly I was very pleased with this showcase. If I was nitpicking some things, I would say I didn't really like that the cape waved in the wind. It looked a little bit like repetitive. I also felt like that the tree waving the leaves was a little bit fast. Even though they were trying to show a significant serious storm, it just sort of looked a little bit weird. And one of the barrier effects over the enemies, or maybe even yourself, looked also a little bit weird. It had this sort of like inconsistent appearance, and I don't know, something about it wasn't really to my taste. Overall, I think the visual effects of this game are looking fantastic though, so I don't want to get too hung up on that. What's funny is Stephen also got absolutely wrecked by a nice lightning strike. That did give me a good chuckle. Now the actual Stormcaller thing here is an event. and pretty much everybody can participate in the event. You don't actually have to have the commission, and if you participate in the event, you will all be able to get the rewards, which in this case is a chest with some loot in it. The commission quests, once you've completed them, you don't have to run back to the commission turn board. You can literally just complete them anywhere. As long as the nodes still exist, you can hand them in. However, side quests you hand in at the specific place where the quest wants you to hand in, because that makes sense. And even once you've handed in one side quest, there's a very good chance that it will extend into another side quest. They specifically said commissions are going to send you where other quests are going to be, which is very good and very important. Commissions are the way that the nodes are actually going to level up, and when the node levels up, the content in the area is all going to change. The type of commissions will change. By the way, you will also get different types of commissions depending on your reputation with that node. You might be able to unlock more advanced commissions, which you can then share, which I'm not really sure how that's going to work. If you can share everything, if you have an unlocked advanced commission, what's to stop you just sharing that with everybody so that they don't need to get that advanced level with that node? I'm sure they thought about that. Maybe they don't care about it. Maybe it's not that important. But one of the examples that they show off in the video is that there's an area called Oakenbane, which is a node advancing, and that area completely changes based on the player actions. It basically levels up and it becomes a whole story arc. Now, maybe I'm just not very knowledgeable about this, but I'm sort of curious if people will do these once everybody is at max level. Will there be much reward and incentive to complete quests once you're already at the end game? And if not, how will nodes level up? I have to assume, and I've not sort of checked this, you can correct me in the comments or just tell me in the comments, that there will be a reason to do these commissions. Whether or not there'll then be a reason to do the side stories, I don't know. I would assume so, because there is like an XP penalty, so maybe you'll want to come and do these just to get your XP back up if you've died. So I'm guessing there'll be, more incentives. I just don't know what they are right now. Either way, one of the big problems that I thought this would have is that the normal solo single player would not really interact with the node system at all. And whilst in theory, a commission board is not the most exciting thing, if it's going to lead you to all of the content and all of the story, then it's actually going to play a pivotal role for every single player, not just large groups and guilds playing together. It may not have been the most exciting topic, but I actually think the outcome of these systems is pretty much fundamental to what Ashes of Creation is, and I'm really looking forward to everything that they've shown off there. Yeah, I can nitpick a couple of different things, but overall, I really liked it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.